can't get the melody, but... I gotta get the Henry's in here between the legs. Yeah.
So you've done some prostitution of your own?
Yeah, I have.
And what kind of it?
Just basic boring shit.
Yeah.
You just
Basic
go,
horrid shit?
boring shit. You
Oh.
go in, you
So
like,
horrid.
guy will suck you off, and you just like close your eyes and think of a blonde suck you off so you can get off. The faster you get off, the faster you get out of there. So that's what you're trying to push towards, is getting off. Yeah, so you can just get the hell out of there.
So you're just like pushing the cum.
Yeah.
What's so weird is that I've talked to a few others in research, and it's kind of the same. Everyone has different reasons, but it is kind of the same. Once you're in that situation, it's the same kind of reaction, the same kind of motive. You know, as far as like.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So tell me one of your stories about like prostitution. What was like was there any like really hard experiences, or can you usually
Really
handle
hard
it?
experiences. I didn't get paid for this either. I was hitchhiking to go to my mother's to visit her,
Yeah.
and some guy picked me up. He was queer, and he asked me if I've ever had my dick sucked by a guy. I told him no, and I never thought about it.
Had you?
No.
You had?
This wasn't.
So it's
And
kind of like introduced you?
Yeah, I like just said no, you know. I never even thought about it. And so he like goes, well, let's go get a few brews. And I thought, brews, cool, let's go have a few brews. So he went and got a couple beers, and he pulled me into a parking lot, locked the doors, and held me down. And he basically sucked me up, you know. He just basically
That was
forced
choice.
me. Yeah, he forced me. I had no way out. This is
How old
bigger
were you?
guy than me.
15?
About 15, yeah.
Yeah.
And so then you became a male prostitute after that?
Huh?
When did you become a male prostitute?
Money for drugs.
Yeah.
Crank,
Yeah,
right?
I was in the crank quite a bit. I mean, it was pretty bad. 50, about 40, 50, 60 cent habit a day. And
$60 habit a day?
Yeah,
How much crank is that?
it's enough.
I can't imagine that.
It's
Man,
really
I think
cheap. It's
a
cheap
dime
high.
bag like really
It's
makes
a
you
really,
neurotic.
really cheap high.
You know, a dime bag makes you incredibly neurotic. I can't
A
imagine.
dime bag could be
Well,
12,
when you
$12.
get into it far enough, you're just like, you know, you need more. You come down and you're like, I need more. So you do another line. You know, I shot up once, and that was the last time I ever shot up, and I ever will.
Tell me about your kid.
My kid, well, let me see. This, you want to know how we created him?
Yeah, I want to know how your penis met her vagina.
Okay. Well, this was one of my best friend's sisters.
How old were you?
15,
How old was she?
16. And she was with this guy named Paul. She lived with this guy named Paul, and he was about 27. Well, he had to go to Oregon City for a logging job. I was over at her house with Randy visiting her, and I've always liked his sister. I mean, she wasn't the best looking thing, but you know, she jumped into my ego, and she was like there, and she was there to stay, and I had to have her. Well, so we like, you know, played the beat around the bush thing for about 3 or 4 hours, and then we it was time for us to go to lay down. and
Get
sleep.
down.
Yeah. So we're in bed, and her mother, Evelyn's mother, told her, you know, told Randy, that's her brother, to go to bed, or to sleep in the bed with us, so we didn't do anything, because you know she's committed to Paul. But Randy passed out, and me and Evelyn started the wild thing there.
Wow.
And Randy's like shoulder to shoulder.
Did you settle her home front?
Huh?
Did you settle on her home front?
What do you mean? It was in her boyfriend's bed in her boyfriend's house.
He was sleeping.
No, he was in Oregon City, or in
Great.
Eastern Oregon.
Who was
Smooth,
sleeping?
man, smooth.
Huh?
Who was
Smooth
asleep
like
next to her? Her
General
brother.
Juice.
Her brother, yeah. And he was like shoulder to shoulder. She was riding me. It was great. And it's just like, you know, that was the first night. We did 3 times that night.
And one of those 3 times made a baby.
No, that I think
Oh,
we
that's
had
just the
maybe the
beginning,
second
huh?
night. But we were only together 2 nights. I mean, we had sex when John Paul was created. But Randy was
What'd you say the baby's name was?
River John Paul. It's River John Paul Dean Jordan.
Why'd you call him River?
Right there. There's. I don't know.
I hope he doesn't smoke cigarettes.
I never really idolized you, right? I never really idolized you.
You just dug the name.
I dug the name. It was there and it was great. See, and so we were there and it's like, anyways.
So essentially, you like idolize my parents for giving me the name.
Yeah.
You should meet my parents. You dig them.
Yeah. But anyways, we shut up.
Shut the fuck.
No, anyways, we were about after a second time, Randy got up and went to the bathroom, and we this is one of my stories. And Evelyn got up after Randy came back and went to the bathroom. Randy crashed, and
What was that?
Randy went to the bathroom and came back and fell asleep. Evelyn got up and went to the bathroom. She was in there for a good 10 minutes. And it's like, when she came back, I asked her, what did you do? And she goes, I had to clean up Randy's mess. And I'm like, what do you mean Randy's mess? And she goes, he went in there and jacked off. So fucker jacked off, thinking about me and Evelyn fucking. I mean, that was
her brother?
Yeah. He was 19.
He jacked off while you two were having sex?
No, he got up after we were done and went to the bathroom and jacked off. It was quite.
So he was awake the whole time?
Yeah, actually he was.
Watching his sister get fucked?
Huh?
Watching his sister get fucked?
Basically, yeah.
I have a story like that.
And the next day we were over at some friend's house. Me and Evelyn got all these hickeys on her neck. Evelyn had hickeys from here all the way across and from here down. And she had them all over her fucking body. And Randy looked at us, and here we are with all of our friends, and Randy goes, geez, Sean, I've never seen the girl on top. And I was like, you fuck, here's all my friends. You're not supposed to know about this.
So she got pregnant?
No, Evelyn looked at Randy, and she goes, that's okay, Randy. I had to clean up your fucking mess. But anyways, about a month later, she found out she was pregnant. And that, it shocked me, because, what the fuck am I going to tell my parents, So I kept it from my parents. And the day she delivered, it was January 24th. The day she delivered, it was Evelyn's mom called. And my mom goes, it's Evelyn's mom. And so I talked to the phone, she goes, Evelyn's in the hospital right now. I'm like, fuck. I can't tell my mom. My mom goes, where are you going? I'm like, I can't tell her. Well, I'm going to the hospital. She'd be like, what for? So I told my mom I was going to the park. And Evelyn delivered about 12:30. And I called my mom in tears. And my mom's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I go, I'm at the hospital. My mom freaked out. What happened to you? What happened to you? I go, nothing, Mom. I go, you're just a grandma. And my mom freaked out. She's like, cool, what hospital are you at? I told her we were at Emmanuel. My mom was there in 5 minutes.
She was happy?
Yeah, she was. My dad was too.
But you don't live with them now?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
Mom's an alcoholic. And my dad just doesn't have the room for me, actually.
How old are you?
Me, I'm 17. I just turned 17 September 1st.
So you spend most of your time on the streets?
Yeah. I spent most of my time on my own. I took care of myself. I didn't depend on my parents to take care of me.
Both in frame.
Oh,
Yeah, it wasn't that interesting. It's just that the point that I wanted to make was you should feel good about it. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Because you were with this girl for 2 nights and you made a kid.
Yeah.
I got together with a really beautiful lady at 15. She was my age too. And we were together for 3.5 years. And I always withdrawn. It wasn't really safe sex as far as pregnancy.
Yeah.
And we never had a kid. We never had anything. And she's pretty much very fertile and I'm very potent. And it just never happened. So it wasn't meant to be. But 2 nights, and it's fucking 2 nights versus a year and a half.
Did you want to have a kid?
No, I didn't want to have a kid, no. I didn't want to have a kid because I didn't feel like at the time, and I still feel this way, that the world needed any more kids. I don't have like kind of like father ego built in, like, oh, that's my boy, I made him with my sperm, you know?
My situation was just like a pull and pray thing, you know?
A what?
Pull and pray.
Did you pull out?
No, you factory kind of, you're just like, oh, please God, you know, I hope she's not pregnant.
Would you do that again?
Huh?
Would you do that again?
No, I use condom now. I
Cool.
always use condom.
That's good.
What about when you sleep with
I
guys?
kind of
What do you
moved into
do?
a condominium for a while, and the French tickler, I had a truck stop in there.
French ticklers, yeah. that
French
was
tickler,
good.
yeah.
Um,
I moved into that condominium.
When you sleep with guys, what do you
Good
do?
water pressure.
I just, just let them suck me off. You don't need to put a condom on. I won't do no ass sex. Not quite.
What if their gums are bleeding and your dick is blistered?
That never happens. That never happens.
To you, yet.
You know, I haven't pulled very many tricks. Tricks that I pull are usually regulars. It's like the one Lucas got, that's his sugar daddy, Bob. I tricked with him once with me and Lucas. And, I mean, Bob's pretty bizarre. Yeah, he's a pretty great guy. All he does is want to jack you off.
He's in the FBI, right?
Yeah. He just wants to jack you off.
Say that again.
He's in the FBI.
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre, so that guy.
Don't introduce him to Matt, man. Matt'll beat him up.
But anyways, it's like, I don't know. How do I say this? He just wants to jack you off. He'll give you $60 to jack you off. You know?
He's
And,
making more money than the post office.
yeah. And
Really?
there's like this other guy that I see, me
And
and
more money than
Lucas
the post
see,
office.
and that's Ernie. Ernie will like suck you off, and want to kiss you, and try to get you to suck him off, right? And you know, I won't do that. Me and Lucas, now, if that was any other situation, we would have charged the guy at least $150, you know.
How much did you get? 60?
$15.
What the fuck?
Yeah, for fucking threesome, man. It's
Oh,
gross.
man.
It's seriously gross. This is like disgusting business, to tell you the truth. You're not into it, but it's the money.
Well,
It's
how,
like
do you
selling
feel
drugs.
now that you're like out of like the crank thing and the drug scene?
I feel good.
You're pretty straight edge, right?
I can get high on life, you know?
Cool.
That's my point of view. It got to the point where I was like, fuck.
And you're 17 and you've learned that, man. Isn't
Yeah.
that great?
It's like, fuck. Reality, you know? I need reality. And so it's like, I hit reality. I've been clean off the drugs for almost 2 years now.
That's great, man.
And actually about a year.
Glory, hallelujah.
And I've been, and it's just like natural highs. Like I go to a slam concert, totally straight. Half the people that go there to a mosh concert are drunk or stoned or something. But you're just like, I'm totally straight. And when I leave there, I got like the biggest natural high. And I feel like I'm on the drugs, you know? And I don't need the drugs to feel that high.
Well, you know, the deal is in chemistry, your brain provides that drug. It's just the drug itself chemically reacts that natural
Well,
chemical in your brain.
It's
It's
like,
all in your head. It's like people who are like monks.
Mhm.
You wonder, like, well, why do they do that? Why do they suffer, fast for days on end, do what they do? Because their reward for all their different acts that are
Uh-huh.
so-called religious or whatever, I think is an amazing high.
oh, I hear that.
Complete, like, Zen belief in yourself that is just beyond
But you know,
anything, beyond anything.
the monk situation, I'll tell them guys can't have sex. I mean, do they use the hand all the time or what?
I think that they fuck holy sheep. In other words, sheep that have holes.
Yeah, okay.
Some of them don't. Some of them just have, like, you know,
I-
genitals that aren't.
I get that concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Can we pan right, sir, to Michael? I'd like to ask Michael a few questions.
Mike.
So, like, 4 beers later, you're pretty mellow tonight. You're doing okay. You're over 21, so you're legal. You're hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about waking up tomorrow and attacking the world?
What do I think about it? I
Yeah.
don't.
You don't?
I just do it when it happens.
And when it happens, do you feel like there's any sort of...
Did you ever hustle, Mike?
Did I ever hustle?
Uh-huh.
Yes, I did.
Was your situation kind of like Sean's situation?
A little.
Any major differences?
No.
Same old story. You worked in Portland?
Mm-hmm. Portland,
Have you been
Seattle.
in Seattle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Did you ever like have any sort of like care or emotional response to someone who picked you up? Did you ever like feel like they were looking for more than just the lust and the kind of self-expired sexuality? You know, it's like at some point they're through, and then they need something beyond the boundary. They need something that will really cut through, and that's so much their motive, I think, that excitement. Did you ever feel that it was even kind of detached from that lust act, that power act? Did you feel that it was something that said, "Oh, honey, I need you tonight"?
No.
No. It was very cold
Yeah, it was it was cold, yeah.
and very technical,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all for him, not for you.
Exactly.
And did he ever get exaggerated in passion, or was it all very kind of straight ahead, basic interior reactions?
It's pretty straight ahead.
Can I ask you a question, Mike? It's like when you first started doing it, when you had sex with the guy, did you feel grody afterwards? Feel like dirt? Did you have to like take a shower? I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
See,
it was because I mean I could have done it because I wanted to, but the reason I felt filthy is because I had to.
Yeah, that's
Right.
exactly
Whether those
how
my,
it was.
whether my feelings were I wanted to do that anyway has no bearing on
Oh,
whether
yeah.
I had to or not.
My first date was kind of bizarre. It's like my cousin Lucas introduced me to the business, and it was a $200 date for him, me just sitting in the corner and him jacking off.
Wow.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
You know, after that, it was kind of hard for me to name prices because guys wanted cheaper prices, and I was just like, you know, hey, you name the price. And I wasn't used to getting $30 for some dude to give me a blowjob, you know. And afterwards, I just felt so grimy. It's just I had to take a shower immediately afterwards.
I have a
Oh
question.
yeah, me too.
What was it? The age and the coldness?
What was that?
Was it the age and the coldness? For instance, let's create a simulation for research only. That's, here I am, walking in the motel room, in my bathtub, morning. I stand next to you, and I say, so you're gonna take your pants off.
Mm-hmm.
What is your reaction? Me looking like I am, let's say I'm 22, I'm just doing it, which is a very rare date, I assume.
Right.
Right?
You know what the reaction is?
What is the
It's
reaction?
like all you do is you get that frustration, but you take your clothes off.
Right, you can do it.
Yeah, and you take your clothes off. And then there's the time where you go into the house and it's like straight to the bedroom. There's some Johns that's like straight to the bedroom, and you go in and it's like take off your clothes. So you're like taking off your clothes and you sit on the bed for 5-10 minutes.
How did I know that that's what they say right off? I just thought to myself, you know, I did that simulation and I was just like, take off your clothes.
You know, and and it's like, you know, it's just.
It's easy for me, man. I just got a fucking towel and
Yeah.
I'm just like,
And I've had Johns do that. I've had them come in, it was just a towel, or I've had them come in with nothing at all. Some Johns are really nice, they'll sit you
see the
down.
fire in my ass, you'll never see it again.
There's some Johns that will just be like, you know, let's
Party.
have a few drinks, you know, and just party, and then let's do it. Then there's the Johns like, take off your
Let's
clothes.
do it now.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
People like that who say, let's take your clothes right now, do you think that they're on some sort of high that they just want to do it?
Yeah, I think they feel just as grimy as you do.
I know, but as far as highs, like, do you think that technically they're on some sort of drug that is peaking and they want to take use of it immediately for
Some
advantage?
of them.
That's a good point.
I've had,
That's a really good point.
Yeah, because a lot of them, people that have like a fetish for it, I think would like sit down and have wine, talk to you, get to know you, and start thinking about your lips and your nose and your eyes and all that kind of
Right.
stuff and get into it. It's more of like a fantasy romance, but then there's the types that just are down to the hardcore fucking and,
yeah.
you know.
You know,
What happens when there's roughhousing? What happens when there's like you're thrown on the bed and you're just
that's when you
That's
say
when you-
stop.
and when you
Just
say
stop.
stop and they don't stop. you
I
just-
never said stop. I just let them keep going.
Not me. I've always said stop. When it got down to the ass, some people like, just let me rub it between your
Oh,
legs.
I thought you were talking about fucking getting beaten up, man.
Some people.
Yeah, I'm talking about getting beaten up.
Yeah, I'd just let them keep going. Otherwise, they might go nuts.
That's true. Yeah.
See,
I've never got-
I always like thought if I was like a woman and I was in a rape situation, that I would, out of just instinct, but maybe because I'm a guy, I can, you know, let go and imagine it, but it's so scary. It's the worst thing I can imagine. But I always thought that I would just like fake it and like act and get into it and go, yeah, yeah, you want to do this? Go for it, yeah, yeah. You know, just like get into it and give them a good lay or whatever, and then they're done and say, see you, man, take it easy.
Never see me.
And give them like $10, you can like pay them. You know,
See, to
just
some,
turn the tables and like this.
some of the Johns, me, I'm the boring type, you know. I just like to get my pleasure, you know. That's what some of them say. And it's like, you know, fuck that, you know. It's like, I'm here to make the buck is all I'm here for. Just to make the fucking buck. And some of them are just like, I don't know how to explain it. I've had one guy, and he was really bizarre. So we go in and we walked in the house, he goes, take off your clothes. Took off her clothes, he put in a gay porno, and he took some like Vaseline hand lotion, started jacking me off with it. Then he brought out a little vial of Rush. You know what Rush is? Yeah.
Like
And
it's like modern age, like
yeah, he's like, here, take a snort of this. And I'm like, I had
kill 20 brain cells at once.
Yeah, and you see, it's like, there is that situation, but I've never had a guy actually throw me down and start hitting me, and, you know, because I don't know.
You can tell like before you get in the car.
Well, yeah.
Do you usually hate these guys after it's done?
Yeah. I mean, I have no respect for him actually, you know, it's done, it's there, you know. There's certain ones that we call, like there's a guy we know named Ernie that we always call.
But you like him?
He's a nice guy, actually. He's an old pervert is all he is. He's always, yeah, I bet you like this one, yeah. You know, that kind of shit.
He's harmless.
Yeah,
You
he's
feel
harmless.
safe with that.
I
But
feel
do you think it
safe.
gives you like a
And
bad
when you
attitude
hate-
about like, you know, gay people?
I have no bad attitude about gay people. You know, that's their freedom of choice.
How do you feel about participating in the gay scene?
I
Do
feel
you
grimy.
detached?
I
Do you-
feel grimy.
Do you feel detached from it, or do you kind of feel like accepting? And
Accepting.
you feel accepting?
Yeah.
Do you feel like in the future you could maybe find someone that could erase that griminess reference by really having a relationship? Yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
So do you feel more bisexual?
See, that's the thing right here. I was just gonna bring up a lot of kids that do male prostitution. They're like, most of them are like, you know, no, I'm straight, you know, but you're not straight. You're actually bisexual. You know, you have your sex
That's
with
what
girls.
in this film was Scott. That's his trip, man. He's like, you know, yeah, we're straight, we're not fairies.
Yeah, so you're
If
actually
if you do it for free, then you're a fairy.
yeah.
But if you know get the buck, then you're just doing it for a living.
Have you ever done it for free?
That's Lucas. That's like basically a point of view that all of us have. I think. Do you think? Is that, you know, we're straight. We're just doing it for the buck. But actually, if you think about it, you are bisexual because you've had sex with the guy and then you have your sex with the girl. So that is like a bisexual.
How do you feel
thing.
about the difference between the two? Do you feel a much more like
I feel more
At
better.
home?
I feel at home with the girl.
yeah?
You know, I like pussy. No problem.
You love vaginas.
Yeah.
It's nice to kiss them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
It's a nice little kiss.
Rock.
French kiss. You know.
Rock on with that, you know.
You know, and just with the girl, I can get down to it, I can get passionate, you know, long kisses, and that little slow grinding motion. With the guy, it's like, I just gotta get off. With the girl, it's like, it's just, you know, it's like, well, I'm trying to hold out this time, you know.
Right.
But so you never get excited by a guy? No, guys don't
No,
excite
not
you.
really. When I'm with a guy, and the guy's sucking me off, all I do is think about is like a gorgeous blonde in the porno I saw last night, sucking me off, you know.
How about you, Mike? Hand right, sir.
Oh, by what?
How about you as far as women? Do you feel closely related sexually to women, or are you kind of well
No, I feel
brainwashed?
closely sexually related to women.
Do you feel
And men as well. I'm totally bisexual.
Yeah.
I'm totally irresponsibly fucking sexual. Totally.
I'm trisexual, I'll try anything.
you're trisexual?
Yeah.
I'm a tricycle actually, and I have training wheels, but that's besides the point.
Well, I'm gonna take a piss, I'll be back.
We'll do so kindly. And Mike, on to you.
No.
What kind of music do you really get off on? Do you ever listen to music as you're having sex?
Yeah, I used to.
What songs? What music?
Before I really got into
Scott, what are you
freezing, I
doing?
had girlfriends and shit. It was like love songs.
Scott, you gonna hang out?
Yeah.
Me too, bro. We're all going on our fourth now, man. It's dangerous. Before we know it, we'll be drinking a 6-pack each. Pissing is perpendicular. Depending on how you're looking at it. Me, I'm not
You got me one, Scott?
Yeah, well.
A glass of wine would be good. So, Riv,
Sir,
why are you doing this part?
I'm doing this part because I feel there's a theme that is stronger than any job anyone has. In other words, you have mechanics, you have plumbers, you have stockbrokers, you have agents, you have movie stars, which I am not, and you have hustlers, you have everything. And the common denominator in all these jobs, the connecting theme, I think, is and call me a horse if I'm wrong, but I really do feel that in this story, it's about the coming of the white man. At one time you had Indians that might have very well had their own system of prostitution, their own system of interaction between perhaps the same sex. But you also had trees for miles and birds and animals and everything thriving in life. And then the white man came and kind of converted everything, just transferred it all into his realm, being a kind of so-called civilized and progressive, in the name of progress, realm. And I find it just very ironic, just because of the terms that are laid down. What is success, right? And in this case, success, the motive, as you see in talking to these people who are somewhat experienced, I don't know how experienced they are, is money.
What do you think, Scott?
I wasn't listening.
How was this?
Let him sleep.
No, I'm not sleeping.
I'm not going to bore you. I could finish this. It's just that it's money,
So you're doing it for
and
money?
it's narcissism.
It's
You know?
funny. You gotta have money to survive on the streets. You
Yeah.
can't just, there's been times where I've been so hungry. McDonald's, after they close, they throw out a box of hamburgers that they don't use. And I mean, we walk up there and I want to eat fast food restaurants meat. And I'll just like take the meat and throw it out. Just kind of eat me a cheese sandwich,
I'm trying to get your dates to feed you.
Yeah. But there's some nights where the trolls aren't heavy. Like the trolls are
The
heavy.
last
on
time
Fridays
Scott
and Saturdays.
saw his friend who went to jail and got out recently, they got together and they stole a steak.
What's that story, Scott?
They stole a steak.
You can tell.
You gotta tell it, man. I'll tell it. He doesn't want to tell it. He feels too amused by it. But they stole a steak from the place and sold it half price. A few steaks, I think. Sold it half price in a Mexican restaurant. And in the Mexican restaurant were two customers who had some chiva, Coke, and had given them the Coke for the steak. And it was like a trade-off. And then they went around the corner and did it. And they said, all right, hung out for like maybe 50 seconds. Said, all right, see you around, man. It's the last time they saw each other. Then he heard that he was in jail. And just recently, like a year and a half later, a year later? 8 months later, the guy calls him up, he's back in Portland. And he's doing pretty good, actually. So they got together and hung out. It's cool.
Help
Why
with the
don't
work.
they have sex? What do they...
Because that's
How
their
do they feel?
civilization. See, I didn't get that either. Why don't
I guess kind of like, the Mayans, or who was it, the Incas, like had this almost daily, because they had so many people, this daily game of, not jousting, but it was similar in that people could just like throw spears at this person
Yeah.
until they died. And the sacrifice was just like kind of a religious trip.
Yeah, I guess it was. I guess it was
It's just like a, it's kind of like a sacrificial bonfire where everyone throws themselves on the altar and just say, here I am. And until you're done, whether I survive or not, I might get paid for it. But my question is, what if you don't survive in the sense of like, what if you don't survive in the kind of spiritual, soulful sense? In other words, you come out of it like eventually it's inevitable that you come out of it and kind of change. You might get too old to hustle. You know, I know a guy
Yeah.
who's like 56 and he can't hustle anymore. Really.
Here, have a cigarette.
Thanks, man.
There's a lot. Anyways, a lot of guys in age. You know what I noticed is a lot of guys who have tricked when they were younger have turned gay. You know, that actually kind of scares me.
They turned into the Johns themselves.
Yeah.
No question.
Actually,
Why does it scare you if you can take part in it technically, but not emotionally?
Because I don't want to be gay.
Why don't you want to be gay? Is it a taboo, or is it just a natural feeling of just
It's
alienation?
Natural feeling. It's a natural feeling.
Yeah.
I guess. You know, it's just I guess I don't want to be gay. You know, I don't like going out.
What
with
if Scott
guys.
put on a miniskirt? Does that kind of trick you into?
No. There's a lot of drag queens that go to like the city nightclub, and you know, none of them turn me on. I mean, you want to know what the city nightclub actually what turns me on? There's some lesbians kissing on each other, and
Yeah.
I mean, just everything. Damn, it's just like, oh, gotta go in the bathroom, you know?
Do girls share the same kind of fetish with like guys kissing each other, or is it real different?
I don't know. You know, see, it's kind of weird. I can see now. I just kind of like discovered that actually tonight. You know, actually thinking about it. But I mean, my point of view, like yesterday would have been, you know, I can understand two girls making love together, but I can't understand two guys. You know, it's like two. I mean,
Are you biased, or are you just programmed by like what is correct and
program.
Yeah.
But then why do you
Well,
do
you
it?
know.
You do it. You actually
Yeah,
do
see,
it.
that's the thing that caught me. That I was like thinking about tonight. That actually when we were out, me and Lucas were actually trying. You know, we weren't really working. I was writing in my journal, but Lucas was trying to work, and there actually wasn't really any Johns out.
I walked into a porno store today, and I walked in thinking about the concept because it's so sex related. And
What did you do today? You
I
walked into.
walked into a porno store to check it out as research.
What'd you do?
I had an erection going in and was feeling kind of. Yes,
What kind of porno store was it?
It was the one on 3rd and Taylor on the corner. And it's kind
Sin
of blocked
City. Now it's
Sin
called
City.
Adult Books.
Is that a gay one or is that a straight one?
off. It's
It's gay and straight.
yeah.
Gay
And
people
actually,
live there.
it's weird because I was there looking around, and I would look like at some, like you said earlier, some lesbian stuff and some
Yeah.
girl stuff, and then I would turn left, and I would see some like hardcore guys, you know, like doing the anal thing.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't know what it was, I just felt.
Intense.
I turned around to the guy behind the counter and said, "Why don't you just like have it all like a gay file and then a straight file?" So that people who don't want to have that image in their head can go ahead, because it's the sort of thing. Same with like, for me it would be the same thing as hustling, which I haven't done.
Yeah.
But like to witness it visually, or to be around it, or to be in the presence of something that was going on, is almost the same thing as actually doing it.
You never hustled like
It imprints my head in a way that I'm kind of. It's not that I'm afraid of it. It's just that it doesn't like rock my boat, and I respect it and understand it and I'm fine with it, but don't necessarily feel that I should
Have to see it?
I don't feel that I should have to absorb it in a sense.
But every day we see images of like heterosexual sex and
Like that
heterosexual
stroke
That is
activity.
disgusting, and I totally disapprove. So in other words, every magazine with a woman on it, shaved or not,
Shaved
tied
is
up
good.
or not,
Shaved is
whatever.
good.
I don't know. I just got so sick.
Wouldn't it be
Myself.
easier just to get used to it?
It's the easy way out, no doubt. It is the easy way out, because then all you need is like yourself and your imagination. But it's
No, it doesn't mean that you have to do it. It just means that you have to get used to it. That it's not
And
a
I am
horrible
used
thing.
to it already. I mean, I've totally simulated it. I understand it.
You
It
got
doesn't
into
bother me,
character.
man. I know, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. As far as bisexuality, in the context of a woman, I can kind of understand it. But alone with a guy, kind of like, I don't know, just turns my nuts around in loops or something.
Just for you, though,
Well,
not projected
I'm
on
gonna do a
other
mirror
people.
round.
Not really for
Anybody
anyone
want
else.
that?
It's just for me. It's just like a personal thing. I know other guys that are similar,
More wine? More
'Cause
anything?
I have a bandmate who said, because we were talking about it one time, and
We got one beer.
we were talking about the whole issue, and he said that he has never met a guy that provided the beauty and physical poetry that a girl has. And
Yeah.
if he did, then he wouldn't be at all afraid to indulge himself, but certainly has not found that.
That's true. Okay, you've had a girl give you head, right? Okay.
No, I never had a blowjob.
I have. Well, I've had girls give me head, and then I've had guys give me head. I mean, you got the guy's stubby beards. You never have a girl with stubby beards, so there's the difference. You know.
But that difference is just all relative to what you're used to and what you're. I mean,
Could you repeat that
what
to the
truly
camera?
is the difference, right?
Okay, what I was saying is some girls, you know, you have a girl give you head, then you have a guy give you head. Guys have stubbies, and them stubbies actually stick you in the stomach. And when them do, you know it's guys.
I want to get a new dress for the party.
Do you ever watch these kind of TV shows?
No, because I can't buy anything. But I want a new dress for the party, you know, like a black sparkly one that's really short and has long sleeves and no back on it.
What part is this?
The wrap party on Friday.
Oh, that. The wrap of the film party?
Yeah.
So you're gonna come?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So is this do easy?
What?
Is this do easy, this part? It's where you like smoke a cigarette, watch TV?
Yeah.
I love that. That's a really good philosophy.